you want a government contract? Well, you're better off for generous benefits and good pay. The White House reportedly considering a policy that would do just that. It is called high road contracting. It would not be the first time that the president has helped out unions. Remember these? An $80 billion auto bailout that left union wages and benefits pretty much intact. Another lifting of the threshold on the taxing the so-called Cadillac health insurance plans that lessened the impact on unions, and an executive order favoring unions on government contracts over $25 million. Well, Katie Packer is not surprised by any of these, as she is with the Workforce Fairness Institute. And Katie, you say time and again the administration, Congress in general, has shown clear deference and favoritism to unions.
Absolutely, and this is yet another one of these egregious examples. And I'm certainly in favor of workers having good pay and good benefits. I disagree with the administration's notion that the only way to provide that is through forced unionization, and I think that's where we part ways in terms of this policy.
But do you see any of that changing? I mean, you follow this stuff pretty closely, Katie. Is there anything in their behavior, or at least in the direction of Congress, that maybe given some of the recent elections in Massachusetts and elsewhere, this Tea Party movement and everything else, that they're going slow? They don't want to look at least too obvious.
Well, I think that certainly there are many, many members of Congress who in the past have been in the pocket of big labor and very quick to respond to big labor's demands, who are now saying, wait a minute, they may not be speaking for the rank and file members of their unions, and they're certainly not speaking for my constituents. And so they're starting to reconsider some of these policies. And I think what you're seeing with this policy is an effort by the administration to offer the kind of payback that some of these big labor bosses have been looking for and haven't received in the form of the Employee Forced Choice Act. And so now they're starting to nibble at the edges with some of these giveaways.
You know, Andy Stern is with the SEIU union, the Service Workers Union. He's been appointed to this debt commission the president is starting to sort of address the debt. I just found it odd, Katie, that what the heck is a union guy doing on that commission? Maybe actually, in retrospect, since so many government dollars have union fingerprints on them, it's not a bad idea, but it just struck me as odd. What did you make of it?
Well, this is a guy that visited the Oval Office more than any other American last year, and so I'm sure they felt that they had to deliver something for all that time that he spent in the West Wing. But beyond just the fact that he's the head of a union, I mean, there's certainly good quality individuals that are involved in labor unions, but this is a guy whose own union, the SEIU, as reported by the Wall Street Journal last year, found that their pension funds are in a critical state, that they're not able to pay their workers the pensions that they, are expecting upon retirement. This is a guy that 2 weeks ago referred to members of the U.S. Senate as terrorists. I mean, it's laughable to me that this is the best that the White House could do in terms of appointments to a group that's supposed to be figuring out solutions for solving the deficit, and hard to imagine that this is interested in coming to consensus with the rest of the task force.
Well, we'll give the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe he would be very cautious about that spending, but hope springs eternal. Katie Packer, thank you very, very much.